throw the bow behind the waiting line, mate.
Hello? Hello? Yeah. Hey, welcome to Nottingham. We're here at Willerton Hall, ready for the ArcheryGB National Series Finals. We've got Lucy O'Sullivan just waiting to come onto the field of play here. Wind's starting to pick up a bit. A bit chilly, not too bad, but overcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nottingham Building Society ArcheryGB National Series Final here at fabulous Willerton Hall, Nottingham. We are about to begin our first match, which will be the Ladies Compound Semi-Final.
Oh, weird. No one else will bother that.
Here we go.
Please welcome the archers. On target one, standing in her fourth ArcheryGB Series final day, Lucy O'Sullivan. And on target two, also standing in her fourth ArcheryGB Series final day, Ricky Bingham.
Okay, so Lucy's going to be shooting first here in Nottingham. We've already warmed up on practice field, so I think we're going straight into the scoring. That's a solid start there from Lucy. Just a little bit off to the left. Could be the win, maybe. It's a nice shot there from Ricky. She's spot on there. Is the wind going to be playing up much here today, Andy? Does that affect you compounders much?
Yeah, sometimes the wind can affect the compounds even more than it can affect the recurves, because when you're holding only about 30% of the total holding weight of the bow at full draw, it can make it quite difficult to hold the bow still.
Yeah. The doors. Wow.
So you can see Ricky was struggling there with the wind on
Yeah.
that shot, and you can see the arrows gone down. So.
Yeah, I thought the door was open there a bit for her, but she couldn't capitalise on that. This is Lucy's chance to take control again.
So at the end of end one, which is clearly those blushes, unofficial scores are Lucy O'Sullivan 10-8.
Actually looking like it's going to be a close match, doesn't it? Just saying they look pretty evenly matched on paper, and it looks like it's going to be evenly matched.
Yeah, if you look at the way that both girls managed to get to the finals here, they've both had wins and thirds and fifths in the rest of the National Series event, so they're pretty evenly matched all year.
Okay, so as she's behind, Ricky will start the second end off. Those flags in the background, you can see her moving a lot there.
Yeah, you can see the girls are struggling with this wind. You'd normally expect them to be drilling the 10 on daylight today.
Yeah, same place, just going off to the left there, aren't they?
You can sometimes get a difference from the practice butts when you come out onto the finals field, and it can sometimes take a while for you to remember that maybe you need to move your windage.
Perhaps give it a bit of bubble as well. Do you do that? Like maybe cant the bow off to make it go left and right?
That's personal preference. Some people like to just cant the bow if we're getting gusts. So moving the sights, or if it's a fairly consistent wind, then move the windage over.
Yeah.
Today it'd be a tough call today. You only really know if you're still on the line.
Also, there's a lot of kind of trees and buildings around here that could be affecting the way the wind acts, doesn't it? It doesn't let it kind of settle down and be straight, so you can predict it as well.
No, you're right. If you're not out in an open field, you can sometimes feel very different to the wind that's going to be affecting the arrow further down the range. So a 4-point lead for Lucy, but we're not even halfway through yet, so there's still plenty of time for Vicky to come back.
Yeah, she's starting to pull out a bit of a lead now, though, isn't she, Lucy?
Yes, she seems to be shooting a little bit more consistently, not quite getting any of the wild arrows that we've seen from Vicky so far.
I think they're both shooting back tension release aids. Is that going to affect them in the wind? Like, does it help to have a trigger or not?
The key thing in the wind is still to make strong shots the whole time.
Yeah.
So really, some people don't like using back tensions in the wind, but if you're making strong shots, it shouldn't make any difference which release you've got.
Just got to get up there and go for it. So Ricky's going first again, and she's still trailing, so she can start pulling back some points. Yes, Ricky.
That's a good shot. You could see the way she made the shot. That was going in the middle.
Yeah. You can definitely see them going to the left on that target, can't you?
Definitely.
They get fresh faces. She knew that was going low, didn't she? I think.
Yes, you could see the look on her face. She wasn't happy with that shot. Another good shot from Lucy.
Starting to settle down a bit, but still not near what Lucy's doing. Start to turn around next end.
7 low. Ricky Bingham takes some points back from that.
Wild one from Lucy there, leaving the door open a little bit for Vicky.
Yep. It's down to 3 points now. It's maybe starting to turn a bit.
Of course, as well as the wind, you can't underestimate the nerves and the pressure of coming to an event like this in such a fantastic setting. It's great for us spectators, but when you're there, stood on the shooting line, it all adds to the pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done this thousands and thousands of times, but it's still not the same, is it?
They'll be talking to their coaches now, just trying to calm the nerves, just trying to talk through what they're doing.
Yep.
Both girls smiling, both girls enjoying it. That's the important thing.
Yeah. same place, still getting caught up with this wind, aren't they? I think.
Yes, you can see they're taking a long time to make the shots, so they're struggling to keep the dot on the middle of the target, I think.
A little practice here yesterday on the actual competition field, and I found it difficult to judge where the wind was coming from and how strong it was, because there's just trees aren't really moving at all, and you're kind of sheltered by the shooting line a bit more.
You can see as you look around the field, the National Series flags are fluttering quite a lot, but the flags on top of the target are dead still.
Yeah.
That always makes it tricky to judge.
Yeah.
Fantastic X, nice arrow.
Yeah, she's going to want to take that into the next set, isn't she? That's a nice one to end an end on.
With the fourth end of 5 in the first semi-final. All the work to do for Ricky in the final end.
So 4 points in it going into the last end. It's not impossible for Ricky to pull something out of the bag here, is it?
No, that's right. One thing learnt in this game over the years, it's never over until the last arrow shot.
That's it.
Especially when there's a bit of wind like this and the pressure of an event like this, anything can happen.
Final end. 4 points to make up for Ricky Bingham.
All right, let's see what Ricky can do here. Need some strong shots here, Ricky. Yes.
Good start, 10
It's
points.
a good start. Nicely in
It's
the
going to be a
edge.
comeback, is it, I think?
And Lucy responds.
Yeah, she's not going to let her have this one easy, is she? Oh,
She won't be very happy with that.
no, this could keep Lucy safe, I think. But it's not over till it's over.
Fantastic, another X.
She's in control now, isn't she, Lucy, I think?
Smile on her face says it all, I think.
Wind's starting to pick up here now for Ricky. Yeah, straight where the
Another
first
X,
one was.
fantastic shooting.
So she hits the face, she's got it, and it's an 8.
That's enough, well done Lucy.
Yeah, nice match there. Some kind of glimpses of something good for the gold medal match there, I think.
Yeah, definitely, the gold medal match is going to be exciting.
Alright, so who have we got up next? Got Danny Brown and Andrea Gales up next. Should be another good match.
Again, another well-matched pairing there, so that's going to be another exciting match.
Yeah. Danielle Brown, of course, she's a Paralympic archer, won 2 gold medals at the Paralympic Games in 2012 and 2008. She can have an advantage in this win, do you think? Maybe gets the kind of a bit of stability from the stall, or is it?
I don't know, it's always debatable, but I don't think so. I think at the end of the day, it's down to what your upper body does
Yeah,
in this
that's
kind
it.
of wind.
Yeah.
I know Danny's been making a lot of changes this year to her shooting style with her new coach, Mike Peart.
Yep.
Has been working hard with her and changing her shooting style to get some of the wins in the medal matches a little bit more consistent. So we'll see if that's paying off in this match.
Yeah. Okay.
Key contestant today will be the second ladies compound semi-final between Danielle Brown, 2 times Paralympic gold medalist, and Andrea Gales. And we are welcome the archers. The target one, Danielle Brown. And the winning contestants of today on target 2, Andrea Gales.
See Danny getting settled on her stool ready with the help of her coach, who's also her father.
Andrea's looking quite relaxed at the back there, talking to her coach in the box.
Again, that's a key thing. They'll have been waiting for this match, the adrenaline will have started flowing, getting quite excited, ready for it. So now, good job of the coaches to keep them calm just before the first arrow.
I think it's a bit of an advantage maybe for Andrea that she gets to go back and talk to her coach, where Danny has to sit on the line.
Potentially, but again, it's what you're used to. Danny's had many years of being very successful at doing this, so I think she's okay.
This should be a good match. Again, Danny's chosen to take the first shot. 9. Off to the left again, same as the last match.
I think that's a sign of the difference between the practice field and the finals field, I think.
Yeah.
9 points.
Is Andrea proving us wrong?
Yeah. Maybe she's just judging it better, maybe. But it's a totally different setting, the practice field to the competition field here today. Practice field, it's a bit darker in the woods. And out here it's a lot more open, isn't it? Get a bit more wind, a bit brighter.
Yeah, it's a lot more sheltered on the practice field.
8 points. Low.
And you're just adjusting her sight for that one. Wind's picking up again.
10.
Good shot from Danny. Big smile.
9. So, Danielle Brown takes the early lead in the first end of the second ladies semi-final.
Andrea seems to have a lot of weight on that bow there, I think, doesn't she? Can't count them from here, but you can see the weights sticking out the end of the rods.
Yeah, that'll help a lot with the stability, and especially on a day like today, you need all the help you can get, I think, with stability.
Yep. She's got 2 side rods as well. That's not something you often see on compounds. So that's another personal preference thing, I guess, is it?
It's very much a personal preference thing, and I think it also depends on how the bow feels for the individuals.
Yep.
There is no right or wrong rule. There is definitely no right setup. It's how the bow feels and what works for you. And there's only one way of finding that out, and that's trying it.
Yep. Danielle's taking control a bit early on in this match, I think. She's keeping them in the gold nicely.
2-point lead after the first end is very good. So as we said before, there's still another 12 arrows to go.
Yeah, you can't project anything from here, can you?
Definitely not.
N2 coming in. That's all for Andrea Gales to do.
So Andrea to start as she lags behind.
In the final. strong start. 10
Good
points.
strong shot, and it goes in the 10.
It's the way you want to start when you're behind, isn't it?
Gives a message to your opponent that you're still serious.
Wow, just out. She's unlucky on that one, I think.
Yeah, just aim.
Nine points.
Really starting to get windy now. The trees are starting to move in.
10-8.
It's not stopping Danny though, is it?
These two girls definitely seem to be coping better with the wind. You
Yeah.
watch them as they're at full draw. There's a little bit of movement there, but they're still both making really strong shots.
8-1. Danny Brown increases her lead.
She's in control, isn't she? I think.
Absolutely.
Not letting up
shots.
at all.
Ladies compound semi-final.
And given the wind today, I think that's a good group as well, sitting
Yeah.
there.
Got a big gust here. Trees are really starting to move now. Flags on the target are starting to move as well. We've not seen that yet this morning. Andrea's starting again.
Okay, so Andrew's got a lot of work to do here. She knows that Danny won't make many mistakes, so she needs to shoot strong.
It's definitely a case of making sure you're there to kind of pick up the pieces if the opponent does drop the ball a bit, I think.
That's it. All you can do, all you can really do, is shoot each shot as perfectly as you can, and you have to try and forget what the component's doing or where you are.
Yeah.
Nine. Nine points.
Another 9. She's getting those 10s, I think, scoring those points back.
Points.
Danny pulling another point away.
Eight low.
Yeah, it's not what you want against Danny, is it? I don't think.
No, that's right.
It's another good group there from Danny.
Another fantastic group, as you see. I think maybe the wind picking up a little bit, just moving them a little bit to the left.
Yep.
A little word about the form
She's had,
of these events.
all of them have been over to the left a bit, I think.
For shooting
Maybe the wind affecting it a bit.
straight scoring, highest score wins.
Doing really well. It's really starting to get windy up here now, I think.
It's just getting very gusty. It's one of the things you won't be able to see at home quite so well, but the especially at the shooting line, the trees and the flags are moving quite a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the target's still alright, isn't it? It's just holding it still while they're trying to shoot.
Yeah, it's just how it's sheltered.
Nine.
Strong shot from Andrea, just not finding the 10, is she?
No, that's right. Again, she seems to have a lot of arrow holes just to the right of the target of the 10.
It's another 10.
Another fantastic shot from Danny there.
Yeah.
Points.
It's the same with compound as it is with recurve. When it's a bit windy, you kind of tense up a bit. Do you try and aim better, and that makes it a bit worse actually to get the shot off. You just need to be
Yeah,
strong.
that's right. You can end up trying to over-aim. You're trying to make a perfect shot as you can normally in a still day, and you just end up over-aiming. Everything tenses up, and you end up really struggling.
And that was another 10 from Danny. Was the second arrow. She's just not letting this go, is she? Just drilling it. Found the X now. It's just out. Still in that group of arrows that she's been shooting.
It is, isn't
the
it?
whole
Again,
match.
fantastic groups again, isn't it? She's really on fire,
A
Danny.
little bit low, a little bit left, and she could have maybe cleaned that. Yeah, Lucy's definitely going to have to up her game, I think, for the gold medal match. Not going to have an easy ride against Danny, is she?
Definitely not. Danny's really on form here and really showing why she is double Paralympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
And of course, Danny's performances have been recognised by the Palace this year. She was awarded an MBE just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and I think she's been awarded an honorary doctorate as well, hasn't she? So
You're right, yes, she has.
a lot of letters after her name there.
Fantastic shot. It's almost as if the wind isn't blowing for Danny.
Yeah. It's quite an open stance for a compounder Andrea's using, is it? Or kind of tend to see them a bit more closed up?
No, you're right, she's shooting with quite an open stance there. Again, it's what's comfortable for the archer.
Yeah. Same place as the first one there for Danny. Just not leaving that spot, are they? She's got 11-point lead now.
Great finish, 10 points.
Nice 10 to finish there from Andrea.
Andrea can walk off holding her head high. Danny really has shot fantastically
Yeah.
today.
Just won already, but 10 to finish it off. Nice shooting there.
Fantastic shooting by Danny.
Yeah, I think this is... If you're placing bets at home, I think I know which one I'd be going for now.
Absolutely. Going into the final, Danny's got to have a clear favourite there.
Yeah. And that would have given him a lot of confidence as well, which is another big thing in archery, I think. If you've got the confidence there, you can get a lot done, can't you?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. If you can go out onto that shooting line feeling confident, then you can just make your shots. There's no room for doubts in this kind of game.
No.
Okay, so we've got a small gap now, and then we're on to the men's semi-finals with the first match, Matt Arnold and Michael Crew.
Yeah, I think if we haven't that match, we're going to be seeing a lot more of the 10s, I think, with the men maybe, where they're a bit stronger, maybe can deal with the wind a bit better.
That's certainly what you'd expect, definitely.
It's going to be tight here as well. I think there's not much separating them, I don't think, in the points. So if 3 guys tied on 147, really can't separate it, can you? It's 147 points for the 3 best stages.
No, absolutely. All the way through the stages of the National Series, there's been some fantastic shooting. The weather hasn't always been on our side. We've had winds even worse than this on some of them, but there's still been some fantastic shooting, and these guys really have shot amazingly strongly to make this final today. It's also great to start to see some of the international archers coming to these events and even making the final, with Michael Crew from Brussels coming over.
Yeah, I think it shows as well, like the level of competition here. I think are they coming over to get practice at head-to-head environment? And
oh, absolutely. The archers in Great Britain are well respected around the world, and they know it's a good competition to come to, and it's also a good testament to the hard work, of course, of John Knott creating this fantastic event.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a brilliant idea from John, and it's great how he's kind of seen it grow and grow over the years.
Well, it's really important. It really has raised the profile of English archery, or British archery, I should say, throughout the world. We've got some of the key sponsors here. All of the major manufacturers from America and around the world are part of this event. It's absolutely fantastic. Okay, they're just getting ready to start the men's, or to bring the men in, ready to start the men's semi-finals.
Yeah. I think there's actually a Belgian national series as well, which Michael's won. He's definitely national field champion in Belgium.
Oh yes, Michael's well known internationally and in his own country as a fantastic archer, both in target and in field archery.
Yeah. Started to have some good finishes at the World Cups as well, I think, hasn't he?
He has, yes.
The ArcheryGB volunteers who worked for months to put this together, they've done a tremendous job. I'm very proud to be part of them and very proud to head it such a great sport of archery. And what did we want? Rebecca Deer, sunshiny, fabulous backdrop, the best archers in the country. What more to see? Brilliant. Absolutely, and plenty more to come. Thanks for talking to us, Jack.
Okay, we're running a bit ahead of time here, but we're just about to go with the first men's compound semi-final.
We are about to begin the men's compound semi-final between Matt Arnold. He'll be appearing on target 1. And his opponent on target 2 from Belgium, Michael Cohen.
Two archers make their way out onto the target field.
Yeah.
Arnold, of course, getting into this event, claiming a victory at the stage at Top Hill. He has 134 National Series points. This is Michael Coy's first Grand Final event, but he comes in with 2 stage wins and a whopping 147 National Series points.
Okay, so I think Michael Coy is getting the first shot in this match.
Okay, so Michael's leading the way.
Just outside the 9, he was really close on that one. Matt's forgotten his stand. Could be a sign of nerves, perhaps.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's just going to be nerves. At least he noticed before he tried to make his shot.
Yeah, that
But
could have been
cost him
interesting.
precious seconds.
Yeah. And you don't get a lot of time here, do you? 20 seconds with a compound.
No, 20
pretty tight,
seconds
isn't
isn't
it?
long. Especially when the wind's blowing, it doesn't give you much time at all. You
No.
certainly haven't got time to come down and start again.
That's one of the jobs that coaches will have, isn't it? Just counting them down if they get a bit tight for time.
That's right, just keeping an eye, and if it gets a bit close, just letting them know.
So Matt's not letting that first mistake of gluing his bow stand on his bow phase him at all, is he? He's been pretty spot on.
Not at all, that's fantastic. And of course, out of all of the archers here, you could argue that Matt's probably the least experienced on the international stage or in the public eye.
Yeah, absolutely. He had a bit of time on the junior team, but I don't think he's been on the senior team at all, has he? But now he seems to be kind of starting to storm up the adult rankings.
Absolutely fantastic shooting this year. He's really come to his own this year in the seniors.
Michael Cohen, 998. An early lead then for Matt Arnold.
Michael going to take the first shot, see if he can start to claw some of those points back on Matt. Looks like quite a small bow he's shooting. I don't know too much about compound, but it looks quite short for him.
Yeah, there's a lot of variability in the axle-to-axle length of compound bows, and it all comes down to personal preference and what works for you. Again, there's no right or wrong answer, really.
Matt's just adjusted his sight for his arrows going low. I wonder if this is going to help him pick up those 10s. Maybe get some X's in there. Right. He's not happy with that shot.
Bit of a wild shot there. I think that one maybe got away from him.
Yep. Maybe a gust of wind, it started to pick up again.
Strong shot from Michael.
Yeah.
Straight in the middle.
He's in the zone now, isn't he? I think he's got it dialed in.
Absolutely. This is where his experience will be showing through.
9.
Okay. This is a good match.
Absolutely. Now they're
Matt's
Michael's now in the lead.
yeah, by a point.
Michael now leads unofficially by 1 point.
Of course, we need to wait for the judge's decision on the arrows.
Yeah. Matt's got his dad there in the box. He'll be kind of giving him some good tips, telling him to keep strong with his shots, I think.
Yeah, of course. His father's an experienced coach. Works a lot with the juniors.
Yep. Matt is looking a bit nervous, so I think I can see that from here. Maybe.
I think you're right. I think if you look at the two faces, Michael's very relaxed, very calm. Matt's just looking just a little bit edgy.
Yeah. Nice shot though.
He's not letting his nerves show through when he's shooting though.
No, he's managed to control him well, I think.
Certainly on that
Wind's
shot.
really
anyway.
starting to pick up now. This should be interesting where this one goes.
9 points.
He's keeping it together though.
10 points.
Yeah, Matt's in control now, I think.
9.
Yes, Matt, that's the way to take control of a match, I think.
10-10-10. Fantastic shooting.
Michael's just wanting to get something close there so he's not giving too much away. Yeah.
10 points. Stayed within touching distance.
Michael responds with a 10.
Yeah, really close match.
Previously won a silver medal for Great Britain at the Junior European Championships. And a gold at the Europa Cup also for Great Britain. Michael Cora, on the other hand. Bronze medal in the Mixed Team World Cup in 2012 and 4th in the Team European Championships the same year.
So you can see the faces there. They're 50 metres away. It's a 80 centimetre face they're using, but they've not got the whole face on there. It's cut off at the 5 ring, so anything lower than a 5, they'll score a miss for that.
That's right, this round was introduced a couple of years ago, the compound, to try and bring a bit of differentiation between the compound and the Olympic round. So you'll see later when the recurves are shooting, they'll be at 70 metres, but they're on a much bigger face. 122 centimetres face for the recurves.
Right, it's Cowie. It's going to need a good shot to keep this alive, and it's an X.
Fantastic shot, straight in the X.
Just a bit low. He's tweaking his sight for that. Yes, that was good. Just deflecting
Almost.
off the other arrow. You want to be checking that knock, I think, maybe.
Absolutely, almost perfect shooting there from Michael.
I think he's seen the level that Matt showed last end, and he's upped his game a bit. That's not letting him get away, though, is he?
It's good shooting.
Yes.
30 now for Michael Corey.
It's starting to get good now.
Absolutely, very close match.
So Matt needs a 10 to tie it up. He's not liking that shot, but oh, it's just out.
Only just out.
That was close.
It's down to the judges, folks.
I think maybe that could have deflected out of the one in the 10, looking at the angle of it. He's been unlucky there.
The match will be decided by shooting as many arrows as you wish for 1 minute. The closest arrow to the centre of the target.
Now, of course, this could be interesting if this goes down to a tie. They're running a different format in this competition to the normal tie-break situation. In a normal competition, it would simply be 1 arrow nearest the middle from each archer. In this competition, it's very different, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. In this competition, they'll get a minute to shoot as many arrows as they can, and the closest one to the middle after that minute will win the match.
Of course, that'll be an interesting challenge. Do you make one really, really good shot, or do you just make lots and lots of shots and hope one of them gets near the middle? Here we go for the final end.
Yeah, I know that the first National Series event they did this, I think it was a match Lucy Sullivan against Nikki Hunt, and Nikki's were all around the 10 and Lucy was getting lots and lots of 8s, and then she managed to get a lucky one straight on the spider, and that got her the match. So
10 points.
Matt's still holding it together and shooting strong.
yeah, absolutely. Going into the last end now.
10-9 liner.
Oh, we're heading for that shoot off, aren't we?
That looks like a 10 to me.
Both a little bit low on the 10, but it's always a tough call, isn't it? Do you move your sight down, or are you happy with a low 10? He's not happy with that one.
Oh,
This could be
Matt didn't need that now.
No, he's not pleased with himself there. I think he just needs to keep thinking about the good shots, and that'll see him through for this last arrow.
10 points.
No such flutters from Michael.
No.
Strong shooting till the end.
Yeah, he's not letting this one get away, is he?
9-1.
No, Matt's really not happy there. Maybe sign of his inexperience. Maybe he could keep it under control a bit more.
9, it's enough.
Fantastic shooting from Michael there.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. I think it could just be a little bit of nerves, or it could be the wind.
Yeah. Matt should be pleased with that, though. I think that's really good shooting in that match.
Absolutely. Again, he can hold his head high walking off there. He didn't win the match, but he still shot strong and scored well.
Yeah, and it's tough out there. It's top 4 guys in the National Series. They've not just picked anyone, have they?
No, that's right. I've taken, we've spent all summer working to this point. They've had to work hard to get here, so there's a lot at stake. Nobody wants to walk away without winning here today.
Nice shooting, Matt.
Okay, so the final semi-finals match of the men's compound, Adam Ravenscroft and Liam Grimwood.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this match. If that last match wasn't close, this one's going to be even closer, I think, maybe.
Absolutely, both guys are proven fantastic shooters, both at home and internationally, so it's going to be an exciting match.
Yeah. Perhaps see him getting up into the mid 140s, maybe. Yeah, they're ready and waiting to go.
Both archers looking mean and ready for business in their shades as they walk out onto the field of play.
Yeah, poker face is here.
Compound semi-final. On target 1, Adam Ravenscroft. And his opponent on target 2, Liam Goodwood. Ladies and gents, this match is going to be absolutely fantastic. Both these archers hugely experienced. I'd expect lots and lots of tens.
So we got Adam Ravenscroft, last year's winner, defending champion. He's going to be shooting second. Liam, he's going to start us off. Lot stiller, isn't he? You can see already that these guys know what they're doing.
Opening hour is a 10. Fantastic shot for Liam.
It's a good way to start it, especially when you're against Adam, I think.
9 low.
Both of these guys, absolutely fantastic shooters. Both of them are matched with their best feature scores, both scoring 113 points. Absolutely fantastic shooting.
Yeah, I think I know Liam's had some world records in the past. I think maybe Adam's got close to some, has he? He didn't get close to the middle on that, I don't think. Not much closer, anyway.
That's Adam back on form. He's found where the middle is.
So it's not good for Liam, but it's good for us, giving us a close match.
So
If Adam can get us in the 10.
to equal it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he does. Fantastic shooting.
He's dialed in now. Don't expect many 9s from now on in.
Scored a level. 10-10-9 apiece. Quick mention to a few more people who've made the best possible. Spiker, Target Check, the Bow International Magazine, it's a good publication actually, by the way. Knock On, Sherlock, and of course Bowden.
So both archers relaxing. Both archers have brought their respective girlfriends with them as their coaches.
Yeah, both having a bit of a joke there, aren't they, with their girlfriends? Don't you? Help settling their nerves, maybe. So they don't look nervous on the outside, but I bet they're still wanting this a lot.
I think that's a sign of their professionalism.
Yeah, absolutely.
£9. Opening for Adam Ravenscroft.
It's a similar place to the last night. Maybe knows what he's done there.
Fantastic shooting from Adam.
Yeah.
The wind seems to have calmed down a little bit, but there's still, the flags are still blowing, so
Yes.
these guys will still be working against that a little bit.
It's on and off, isn't it? It's either there or it's not there. It's lots of gusts.
Worst kind of weather for an archer.
Yeah.
Gusty wind.
It's keeping it in the 10 though. Liam's gonna need a 10 here, I think, to keep this match alive. 9. Just got caught by the wind there, perhaps. He
Yeah,
kind of
maybe he wasn't happy with that shot, was he?
gave it a bit of steering. Wind's picking up for Ray. You can see the trees and the flags in the background, but it's not stopping him.
Fantastic shooting by Adam there. As
Yeah.
you say, the wind was really picking up, but still really strong shot.
1 point dropped after 2 ends of shooting. It's top stuff.
One of the things you'll notice with both of these guys is the timing of the shot. Even when it's windy, they're still making their same shot, still making a strong shot
Yep.
in the same amount of time. They're not hanging on to it too long, they're not struggling. It's 2 points in it now, but again, as we said, we're not even halfway through yet, so we've still got plenty of action.
And this wind, anything can happen. It'll only take like a breeze and someone gets an 8, and then it's opened it back up again, hasn't it, for
Absolutely, absolutely.
the other person. All right. Liam's going first. Flags are blowing there. He's just dead still, isn't he?
None.
Went down to 4 seconds there. Getting close to the time limit. 10.
Another fantastic shot from Adam.
Yeah. It's tough as an archer when you're in this position that your opponent just keeps getting 10s and you're trying to look for a way in and it's just not happening.
None.
Another low one there from Liam.
Yeah.
Another X10 from Adam. Fantastic shooting. Commentator here's just said he's shooting like a machine. Couldn't say it better myself.
Yeah. Liam's up against it, isn't he?
9.
Same hole as that
Look tricky there for Liam.
last one. It was out in the 9.
Put the pressure on.
Up there.
What a surprise.
Another 10 from Adam. Fantastic shooting.
That's 6 10s in a row from Adam. Liam's up against it. It's not so much jokes now, is it, with his girlfriend? He's got a bit serious, I think.
Yes, you can see Liam's head's dropped a little bit. He's thinking about it, trying to figure out what might be going wrong.
Meanwhile, in the Ravenscroft camp, I think it's a bit more serious maybe, but I think he's starting to feel in control maybe.
Absolutely, getting a lead now in this part of the competition, a 5-point lead, means he's got a little bit of a buffer there. He can relax a little bit and enjoy his shooting.
Yeah, 5-point lead when you've not dropped any points is enough, isn't it?
However, Liam will be going in knowing every single point will count now.
Yeah, absolutely. Having said that, Liam needs to stay there just in case, anything could happen, a knock, break, fletching fall off, and Liam could be back in the game. It's not going to be helping the cause, is it?
Now I think maybe you can see some of the pressure coming on now.
None whatsoever in the Ravenscroft camp, though, is there? Look at him smiling.
That's a confident man.
Yeah.
9.
You can see as you look at both of them now as they make their shots and after the shots, it's completely different attitude to
Yeah,
earlier on.
absolutely. Really good case studies of, good attitude and bad attitude, maybe.
More just the pressure. Nobody likes to lose. Nobody likes to be behind in a competition.
No, absolutely. He's just getting unlucky with these shots, isn't he? There's 2 there just outside the 10 that...
He is, absolutely, and whether that's just the wind moving them around a little bit.
Yeah. 10. Back in the 10 for Raver.
Fantastic shooting again.
From 12 arrows, folks, Adam Ravenscroft is firmly in the lead by 8 points. Of his 12 arrows,
It's not ideal to come up against when you're having a bad day, is it? Someone that just won't miss the 10.
No, that's right, and both of these guys perfectly capable of drilling the 10 all day, so Liam will be getting very frustrated now, knowing full well he can shoot a lot better than this.
Yep. It's harder. The further you get on into the match, you can keep a lid on it for a while, and then after a while you just get frustrated and start doing silly things.
That's right, if you're not careful, then any problems from earlier in the match can make the rest of the match even worse. Just put more and more pressure on yourself.
So 8-point lead for Adam going into the final end. Liam's going to start us off.
final end. Liam Greenwood to shoot them.
There's a slim chance of it happening, but he's still got to keep playing for that miss or something like that happening.
That's right, you never
His
know.
opponent.
Anything could happen, but you say, it's unlikely. Unlikely with these guys that have looked after their kit.
It's a 10.
And Adam's not letting up at all.
No. Another 9. So, I think 9. It's almost a formality now for Adam, I think.
I think you're right. Now it's about sending a message to his next component in the finals.
Yep,
Next
and
opponent.
getting a bit of confidence as well that he can. Every 10 he's getting in this match is feeding into the confidence that he's going to have to take into the gold medal match with him.
That's right, look at that. Another 10 to finish. Fantastic shooting from Adam.
Yeah, that's how you want to walk away from a match, isn't it? 10. 147.
That's going to be a fantastic and well-matched final.
Yeah. Good to get one of the top guys playing the top girl, maybe.
What are you looking
Okay, so we're going to hand over to Tim now, who's doing interviews with the archers on the line.
Let's just start. Yeah, there we go. So, Adam, you're the defending champion. You won here last year. How's it feeling now?
Brilliant. Always good to win a match, especially against people like Liam that's been strong across the world.
He's quality, isn't he? Now, tell me, it looked difficult out here. Liam, let's be fair, made it look a bit difficult out here. But you didn't. What have you done to shoot like that in the wind?
Just got to stand, hold it, be as strong as you can. Sometimes you get lucky with the wins, sometimes you don't.
So Michael Corway in the final, you're gonna bury him, right?
Last match against him was in Oxford, did it then, hopefully going to do it now.
Adam, best of luck. I want to go and have a chat with Liam in his ear, because commiserations to him. Liam, I kind of wanted this to be the final. Did you?
No, because I lost.
Good answer. Will bronze do?
No.
Man, a few words. Liam Grimwood. Thanks very much. So next up for attack is... Well, I suppose the judging supremo, Graham Potts. Are you the chief judge in the world yet?
That's for others to decide, not me.
Are they here?
Possibly.
Can we bribe them?
Yes, please.
Oh, Graham, you can't bribe judges. What are you on about? Anyway, we're here to talk about the next event, which is the mixed team, right?
Absolutely, yes. We've got a mixed team event with 2 juniors on each team, a man and a lady junior, and they will shoot 4 arrows an end between them, and they will shoot 4 ends for a high score of 160 points.
Okay. Tell me about this box system for the team round. What's different about this to the straight scoring individuals?
Okay, you ready to walk?
I'm ready to walk.
We have a box here between the waiting line and what is a line 1 metre behind the line they shoot from. Okay? And the archers will position themselves in that box ready to shoot. 2 of them, the one team on target 1, That's Rebecca and John Bull, and Georgie and Ben on target 2.
Okay, so you're Rebecca and I'm Georgie. We stand in the box like this and then the whistle goes and we go like this, or are we in trouble?
Oh boy, you're in trouble. When the first signal goes, that gives them 10 seconds to get ready to shoot, to prepare. But they stay behind this 1 metre line. When they get the 2 signals to shoot after 10 seconds, the first team, so they're doing this alternate shooting again, the first archer will step forward and shoot 1 arrow. They come off the line, back behind the 1 metre line. The second archer goes forward and shoots 1 arrow. They then come back behind the line, the clock stops for them, and we see the other target shoot in the same way. Then the clock switches back after 2 arrows to the first team. They shoot their final 2 arrows within the time of the 80 seconds they've got that remains. It then switches back again, and once they've completed, we can score the arrows. So, go on.
So that sounds like a complicated way to run a team. However, if they transgress the rules, what happens?
If they transgress, they get a yellow card. They will have to come back off the shooting line into the box and then go forward again to complete their shot. It's a bit of a time penalty as opposed to any score penalty at that point.
Can there be a score penalty if they transgress again?
No, they can get as many yellow cards as they like, but they're going to lose a lot of time. However, if they refuse to obey a yellow card, they will get a red card, which means we'll take the highest scoring arrow from that end and score it as 0.
Fair enough. So good behaviour encouraged. Next up will be the mixed team for the juniors. I think it's going to be good. It's going to be tight for time.
Yeah, it gets tight for time. One thing I just want to point out, you'll see each target has 2 faces. They must put 2 arrows in the left-hand face and 2 arrows in the right-hand face. If they don't, we have another penalty process we apply.
Fair enough. I'm glad you said that. They might not have done it. Cheers, Graham.
Okay, so the next match will be an exhibition match of the youth mixed compound team. That'll be starting in about 5 or 10 minutes time.
It's like this, no? It's okay? We leave it like that? Okay. This one is mine.
welcome, on target 1, John Bull.
Okay, so the archers are coming out onto the field of play now. So we have John Bull and Rebecca Blewett versus Ben Humphries and Georgie Brown, all rising stars of our junior compound squad.
And Ben Humphries.
So the team mount slightly different from the matches we saw earlier, as Graham explained to Tim. We will see 2 arrows going into each of the faces on the for each team. So we have 2 faces and 2 arrows in each face. So it looks like both teams are starting with the ladies first. That looks like it's just out of the 9 in the 8. John Bull takes to the line to make his shot. Nice X there from John Bull. Oh, Rebecca made a little bit of a mistake there. She needs to come off the line and let the other team shoot their first 2 arrows. Georgie Brown to shoot. Fantastic shot in the X-ring. Ben Humphries, second man up for the second team. He goes with a 10 as well, so that puts team 2 of Ben Humphries and Georgie Brown in the lead by 2 points. Time is all important on these team range. You want to make sure you've got enough time to make a strong shot, but not use up so much time that you don't leave your teammate any time to make a shot themselves.
9.
Another strong shot from Georgie, but just goes into the 9. Ben to shoot the final arrow of this first end.
Nice shooting from both teams, but it seems that the early lead goes to those on target 2, comprising Georgie Brown and Ben Humphries. Guys, have you got a team name? No. Target 2 it is then.
Okay, so we're just getting ready for the second end. So it'll be Rebecca and John to start because they're trailing.
John recently won a gold medal at the European Junior Shoot, did he? He's spoken about that already.
I haven't, no, but I did say that all of these archers are shooting fantastically well.
And Rebecca there, she's, I believe, coming to the University of Nottingham in September. So she'll be a welcome addition to the team.
Does Nottingham University have a strong archery club, do you know?
Yeah, it's getting stronger. I think the last few years have been pretty successful. We've had a couple of wins at the national university competitions. So yeah.
Fantastic. Of course, university is a good place to practice archery and to try and encourage more people into the sport as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You haven't got anything else to do, so do something worthwhile. Do archery.
Low shot from Ben.
It's still 4 points in the lead, so I think it's all right.
See the timer counting down to 25 seconds left for Rebecca to make her shot and for John to get on the line and make his.
Yep, and that time's not just the time they're on the line, is it? That includes changing over as well. So
that's right, it includes them getting on the line, getting off the line.
It's really important to get that
10
change
seconds
over.
left for John to make his shot.
Yeah, wind's starting to pick up.
Wind.
You can see him moving about a little bit there.
Looks like an 8. Tough shot, wind is blowing, no time to speak of it.
It's a funny thing when you're stood in a team competition as well. Time seems to feel like it's going much faster. Normally 20 seconds is more than enough time for any competent archer to make a good shot. But when you know you've only got 20 seconds and you don't want to let your teammate down, it suddenly feels like it's running away. All adds to the pressure and the excitement.
And it's a 9. Lowest scores that end, but it seems that the team on target 2 maintain their lead. They are now 3 points to the good.
3 points in it at halfway. It's a close match.
It is, especially with this wind here. It only takes a foot fault or something like that, as Graham was explaining earlier. Get an extra time penalty, and that can really put the pressure on. So really, anything can happen still.
Yep, only takes a couple of 8s, and we're seeing quite a few of them. A couple of 8s, and the other team gets some, in a 10, and that's caught them up.
Georgie Brown, of course, is the sister of Paralympian Danielle Brown, who will be seeing again later today.
Ben Humphrey's nickname is Hot Lips. I was just reliably informed by his father.
Interesting information there from our live commentator at the event, Tim Nash. So it's team on the left to start. Rebecca Blewett's going to take the first shot. It's close, just out. So they're going to need them if they want to catch up this deficit. Very closed stance there from John. His feet are almost touching, aren't they?
It's almost a field archer stance, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, interesting, Georgie bound to shoot now. Georgie's the only one of these 4 who's actually already shot for the senior Great Britain team. Has been abroad representing Great Britain as a senior, but all 4 have represented Great Britain in junior archery competitions abroad.
Yeah. No, it's that experience that's helping her pull the team along a bit and giving them that edge.
Absolutely. It must always be difficult competing with a sister like Danny Brown as well, really putting the pressure on, which Danny achieves so much. So I think Georgie does well to compete at the level she does.
Yeah.
Great shooting.
Time's ticking away. 6.
So exactly 20 seconds for John to make his shot from the time he got on the line. That
Yeah.
should be plenty. But in this wind, who knows?
It's going to need to be good, I think. Yes, look at that on
And
the
it's a
spider.
10. Fantastic shooting.
Couldn't ask for more than that, could you? That's good.
It's good to see a good crowd building as well coming to watch the archery.
Yeah, there's a lot here, isn't there? Grandstands are filled up now, I think. But there's still lots of standing room, but
People flowing in all the time. It's
Yeah.
fantastic to see.
you can get pretty much right up next, well, not next to the targets, but it's close to the targets where you can stand, isn't it? It's in line with them, off to the side.
Yeah, there's not many sports you can get this up close and personal with the real action, is there?
No. And at the archers' end as well, they're only can stand probably as close as the coaches are standing to them at the archers' end, can't you?
You can, and that's always quite interesting as well. If you're stood there shooting, and you can sometimes overhear the conversations or people shouting,
Yep.
cheering for you or cheering for your opponent. That always makes it interesting.
Yep. Starting to pick up a couple of faces as well in the crowd from the recurve matches that will be taking place later this afternoon. Just kind of relaxing, trying to pick up any kind of information they can about the venue, like where the wind direction's coming from and things like that.
So coming into the last end, we've got a clear lead for Georgie Brown and Ben Humphries at the moment. Need something pretty special from target 1 with Rebecca and John to for them to pull it out hit now.
Yeah, I think we're starting to get into that situation Liam was in the last individual match, where it needs something special from you and maybe a bit of a bad luck for your opponents as well to get you back in the game. It's just out. Georgie's right on the edge of the box there, as far forward as she can get, so she can cut down that time from when the time starts ticking on the clock.
That's right, that's the important thing. You need to allow the right amount of time to make your shot as you normally do. So all of the getting on the line, getting off the line, getting all set up, getting the arrow in the bow is all very important.
Yeah, and
do
our
that as quickly as possible.
teammates move forward in the box as well, so that he can get there as quick as possible as well.
And of course the judges will be looking, one of the rules that Graham was explaining earlier, you're not allowed to take the arrow out of the quiver before you're stood on the shooting line. So the judges will be looking for that. Again, that's another way of attracting a time penalty if you do. But it's very easy to make that kind of mistake when the pressure's on and there isn't much time left on the clock.
Yeah, it's a good shot here we've got. You can really see him close, can't you?
Good strong stance.
Okay.
So this will be Rebecca's last arrow of the match.
Nice finish. Everyone seems to be pulling out all the stops for their last arrows, don't they?
They do, yes.
Seen a lot of 10s for the last arrows of the match. Not for John though. So we need 11 points from 2 arrows. Can they do it?
Something must go drastically wrong if not.
Yeah. An 8.
It's a 9. All he's got to do is hit the target.
Yeah. And it's an X. That's the way to do
Fantastic
it.
finish. That's the way to do it. Well done for Georgie and Ben.
Yeah, good match that was. Quite like watching the mixed team. It's a lot different to individuals, isn't it? Okay, so Tim's going to go and grab some interviews with the mixed teams there and get their thoughts on how the match went.
Winning team come over here and their victorious coach. Guys, fantastic shooting. What do you think of that format?
It's quite fun, to be honest. I haven't done it in a long time, about 3 years probably. But yeah, it's really good fun. Really enjoyed it.
Enjoy winning, Georgie?
Yeah.
How did you pick this team of champions?
We got put in this team.
I knew you were going to say that. Who put you in this team?
Naughty.
I'll speak to him later. Colin, how do you coach these two? I mean, how did he get the name Hot Lips for starters?
I don't know anything about the Hot Lips, but you know the way they shot today, they didn't really need any coaching. They were awesome, but
Does that mean to say you didn't provide any coaching?
I always had to do a bit, you know, push them on. But they survived themselves today.
Colin, good stuff. But the credit has to go to Georgie Brown, Ben Hot Lips Humphreys. Fantastic stuff. We'll see you at the awards.
Lo tengo hasta el blanco.
Okay, so next up in a moment we got the Paralympic exhibition match. I think which will be interesting to see. There's the interesting thing about the Paralympics is there's a lot of different categories, so it'll be interesting to see which of the Paralympians are coming in. Hopefully we'll be able to explain which category they fall into.
Yes, indeed. It's fantastically complicated, the different categories that the the para archers shoot in, and indeed all para athletes. I have had it explained to me a couple of times, but unfortunately I still don't understand it enough to try and explain it to anybody now.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely the same for me as well. You just keep telling me what it is and I just can't remember.
Of course, one of these archers, John Stubbs, again another Paralympic gold medalist from Beijing in 2008. Fantastic shooter, and again fantastically holds his own against any of the able-bodied archers just as well in most major competitions.
Yeah, and I think his efforts have also been recognised by Her Majesty the Queen, haven't they? He's got an MBE too, I think.
He has, yes, from many years ago.
Starting to get a bit more overcast here in Nottingham. I don't think it's going to rain though, is it? I don't think it's forecast.
No, hopefully not. It's a little bit cooler than it has been in recent days, but hopefully the weather will hold off. I think the archers will be praying for this wind to go away.
Yeah. Maybe some rain could help with that.
Yeah, it does sometimes. Maybe a little light, overcast, light drizzles. Better for the archers, stops the wind, but not so good for the spectators. And we want to make this a bit of a show event today, so make the archers work for it.
Absolutely.
I don't mind saying that because I'm sat down and I'm not shooting today.
Yeah. That's been in a tent for a change, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, and I think they got here at Woollerton Hall. We got Have a Go as well out the front, and lots of other activities. I've seen Robin Hood walking around with Maid Marian, I think.
And I do believe that the Sheriff of Nottingham will be coming along later as well.
Oh,
the real Sheriff of Nottingham, that is.
Okay, so here we go. I think we're just getting geared up, ready now. Can't see anyone waiting, but everyone's making noises like
Just a couple of minutes to go until the next exhibition match. Everybody's just getting ready here, and the wind's getting up. It somehow knows there's going to be some more shooting to take place.
It always seems to happen, doesn't it? You have your 45 minutes of practice at competitions, and it's nice and calm, and you think you're all settled in, going to have a good day, and then the whistle goes for the first end of scoring, and the wind comes out of nowhere.
Absolutely, and of course the field that many of the major tournaments in the UK are held on, Lilleshall, seems to be best of all for that.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Here we go.
we're about to
Begin the special event. Please welcome, on target 1, John Stubbs. And on target 2, Paul Brown.
So both wheelchair archers getting themselves set up. As you see, they carry their scopes with them, so they can see where their arrows go.
You know it's getting serious when they start bringing the scopes out.
Therefore, he's shooting on a smaller target face. His opponent, Paul Brown, shooting the recurve bow that we'll see much more of later. The disparity in target size should hopefully pull these two level.
So of course in normal competition we wouldn't see this mix of recurve and compound, but for the exhibition shoot today they've done a special pairing, and they've put a larger face, so they've put the 122 face on the recurve target of target 2, but they've left it at 50 metres, so that should in theory balance out some of the benefit that John will have with his compound bow. Could still be an interesting match. I really wouldn't know which way to call this one at the moment.
No, I've seen them practicing for the last couple of weeks at the National Sports Centre in Lilleshall, and there's been a tough competition, lots of smack talk between them. Also know it's getting serious because they've both got coaches, Paralympic coaches out. We've got Mike Peart there coaching for Paul, he's the head coach of the Paralympic team, and Song Yi-woo as well, the new addition to the performance programme at Lilleshall. John's taking the first shot. He's leaving the door open a bit there, I think.
Oh, I think John's face on there, he's a bit of shock on his face there. He certainly wasn't expecting the arrow to go in the 7.
No. That's the way to take advantage of a 7, isn't it? So this is Paul's actually the first recurver we've seen this morning. You can see he hasn't got the cams on his bow, he hasn't got the release aid, he hasn't got a scope to magnify the target, he hasn't got a bubble to check that his bow's level. Nice grouping.
Some good shooting from Paul, maybe just needs to move his windage over a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, John's dialed in now, I think.
Now, of course, for anybody who's watching that's involved in archery will know that there's very stiff competition between compounds and recurves. Always a lot of niggling going on about who's got the best bow, which is the best kind of bow to shoot. I'm not biased, but clearly the compound is obviously the best, don't you think?
Well, I don't know. I think I'm not biased either, but I'd say recurve. Looks a lot easier, compound. Sure it's not.
Yeah, they all say that till you have a go.
Yeah. It's probably easier to get it in the 9, but not so easy to keep them all in the 10, is it?
That's the problem. It is easier to get them into the middle, but then when everybody's got one, then it's more about not getting them out of the middle.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's an interesting match at the most recent World Cup where there was I think 3 guys in the semi-finals all shot 150 in their matches, and in the match where 2 of the guys got 150, they went on to shoot 10s in their shoot-off. So it's got to be tough going home after shooting 10s, hasn't it?
That's right. You shoot absolutely perfectly. You shoot clean, and you still lose your match just because of a 1 arrow shoot-off, and the other guy happens to be just a couple of 3mm closer to the middle.
Yeah.
Just shows the standard of shooting these days. Compound archery with this level, it is about keeping them in the middle.
So they're tied after the first set. I think we're doing it in sets. This is another different format to what we've seen so far. They're shooting 3 arrows, and then they'll get 2 points for winning the sets, 1 for drawing 1, and it's best of 5 sets.
That's right. It's the first to 6 set points.
I think Paul's had all of his early advantage, hasn't he, from that 7 now. Well, that was a different set, so that was a good 2 set points to claim, I think. Oh, they drew it, so he only got 1.
That's right. That's one of the benefits of the sets. If you do just have a single very bad arrow, then okay, you lose that 1 set, but then it's gone. You don't carry that poor score forward.
Yes, that's probably worked in John's favour a bit there, maybe, even though they drew it, so... You can see the difference in their face sizes there as they pulled back to show the 2 targets next to each other.
That's right. That was a good demonstration of the different faces that they're shooting on.
So 27 for John. I think Paul needs a 9 here to tie it up. If he gets a 10, he'll take 2 set points, but he can only manage a 9, but 1 set point, I'm sure is welcome.
That's it, another tied set.
It's really close. Tying a set it doesn't happen often.
That is to say that each set of 3 arrows can gain you
2 points if you beat the other guy. If you draw, as happened in the first end, you get 1 point apiece, and 0 for a loss. The first archer to reach 6 set points is the victor.
So yeah, that's Tim Nash summing up what we've already said about the set system.
Okay, so all's tied. Who'd have thought that at this stage?
Yeah, looks like we're in for a lot. We're going to use the full 5 sets, I think, for this one.
It looks like it. Makes it more exciting.
So, being first to 6 sets points, this could, if the match had gone a different way, this could be the last set we were playing, but that's not going to happen today in this match. John's taking the first shot. It's a 10, it's a good 10.
And it's a 10. Fantastic shooting from John.
Taking a bit of time here, Paul. He needs to keep it up, but 10. He's a matched arrow for arrow, aren't they? I think it could be out, actually.
Could be just out.
So we need some confirmation on that, but we think maybe that first arrow could have been a 9.
John seems to find his 8 quite humorous there.
Yeah, you got to laugh at it, I think, because if you let it get to you, taking advantage of it, isn't he, Paul? Yeah.
Definitely, good response. That's better from John.
Yeah.
That's better.
So Paul's last arrow, I think a 9 will give him a draw, and he takes a 10.
It's a 10.
So Paul's the first guy in this match to take the full 2 points for a set. Means he only needs to win 1 more set to win the match.
And so it's set points. 2 set points to John, 4 set points to Paul. 6 set points gives you the win.
So yeah, there's a good shot showing the size. That you can see they're both getting similar size groups there, which is interesting. Usually you'd expect the compounder perhaps to be a lot tighter, but
You would, yes, but again in the wind, as I was saying earlier, sometimes the wind can be harder for the compound archer.
Yep.
When a recurve's at full draw, he's holding maximum weight of that draw on his fingers, which helps stabilise the bow.
Yep.
Because of the compound, the cams on the compound mean that when you're at full draw, although the bows actually may have 55 or 60 pounds worth of draw weight behind the arrow, you're actually only holding around 20 pounds of draw weight. So that means the bow can feel a little bit like a sail in the wind because
Yeah.
you're not pulling against quite so much weight.
It's a big difference. You've got something to brace yourself against with the recurve, haven't you? So John first again, he's looking to win this set, I think, to really stay in touch.
And there's a 10 from John, fantastic shooting.
Makes his intentions clear there, I think. It's
And a
just
9 for
out.
Paul. Again, when you get the camera on both archers, when they've got their bows in their hands, you can clearly see some of the differences that were mentioned earlier. But the compound design originally came from hunting bows back in the early 80s. Much more accurate bows normally. That's what they're designed to be. A few extra gadgets on there that help the archer be more accurate and consistent.
9 just off to the right there. I think the face size is actually good. It's kind of levelled this out a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really is making quite a difference, isn't it?
He means business now, doesn't he, John? I think he's got those 2 set points in the bag. No matter what John shoots here, but it'd be good to get a 10 to take that confidence into the next set. It's a good group. They would have all fitted in the 10, wouldn't they?
That is, you're right, that's a good group, just a little bit to the right.
So
I see Mr. Stubbs celebrating.
4 set points apiece. Yeah.
And Johnny's quite famed for his sense of humour and being a bit of a cheeky archer. So it'll be interesting if he does lose this match. He'll certainly have quite a lot of jib to take from many archers.
Yes, it's more than a match, isn't it? Really, in some ways, this is.
They're shooting for the honour of their bow type.
Yeah, that's it. This could be used as proof, maybe, as to which bow type is the best.
So some of the other differences on the bow. So compound bow has got a little peep sight in it. If you have a look, when we get a close-up of John shooting, there's a small peep sight in the string, which is a small metal ring that he looks through, like a rear sight, and then his sight on the front is magnified to give him again a little bit more of an advantage. And he also has a spirit level in there, so we can make sure the bow is held upright. Compound bow, because of the cam system, draws back to a fixed stop, can't draw any further, so you're always getting exactly the same amount of power behind the arrow, which is different to the recurve.
Nice 10 there from Paul, just keeping it alive. Oh, that's close. They've gone back over to the right. Everyone was going over to the left earlier, and now it seems to be going back the other way, doesn't it?
That's it, the wind is just changeable, isn't it? If you just look at the flags, they're actually blowing over to the right of the field now.
You kind of get an idea watching the arrows flying down if we ever get a shot of that. Just so they come out of the bow, you can tell there's a lot more power behind that compound bow, can't you?
That's right, yes.
Just clipping a 10 with that last arrow. So I think a 9 here would mean we'd go to a 1 arrow shoot off. Or not, a 1 minute shoot off, as with these rules. Yes, we've got it.
It's a 9, that's
oh
a
no.
tie.
Yeah, we have, haven't we?
We'll see what the judges say when they score the arrows formally, but that looks like a tie.
I think Tim's going to explain the 1 arrow shoot off, maybe. I'll fade into him when he does. It's turned out to be a really close match, isn't it? I think they've got this one right. I'd like to see this again.
It is good, it's interesting. As you can see the judges scoring and pulling the arrows out, you can really see the different sides of the faces there.
So we're getting the crowd hyped up here for the shoot-off.
Right, so the rules, we want some adjudication rules. Where's John not gone?
No.
Alright, so it is going to be 1 minute. You get 1 minute on the clock. You can shoot as many arrows as you want, okay? The arrow closest to the centre will be the winning arrow. So are you going to wait for the perfect bit of calm and shoot a great shot, or are you just going to pile 12 down and see what happens?
So I think he summed up the tactics you could use there perfectly, hasn't he?
That's right. It's going to be very exciting to see who does what here. And it'll also be interesting to see that if there's any difference between the approach the compound archer and the recurve archer take.
Yeah, I think definitely the two different tactics suit the two different bows quite well, don't they? With the compound, I think you'd want to wait maybe a bit longer and get that perfect shot in, whereas the recurve, you can get quite a few off in the time. So here we go, the minute started.
Right.
Be interesting to see if they're going to do with the two different size faces. Is it going to be absolute distance to the middle, or is it going to be like a scaled distance to the middle?
Interesting, yes. It'll be interesting to see what the approach the judges take.
So 35 seconds in, and they just got their second arrow off. Oh, it's going to be tough to beat
Next
from
Mr.
John
Stubb.
there. Come on, Paul, you need to start getting some more arrows in, I think. I think if I was John, I'd be putting my bow down now.
As Mr. Stubbs playing to the crowd a little bit there, might always be worth putting another one in. It's time for Paul to put one on the cross.
Just got over 20 seconds. I think Paul could maybe squeeze one more in if he hurries. Got 10 seconds now. 7.
That's it. Mr. Stubbs thinks he's done
Come
enough.
on,
He's put the bow down.
Paul's going at 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's a 10 to finish, but I don't think it's enough, is it?
Mr. Stubbs takes it, I think.
There you go. That was exciting. I like that. I'd like to see that more often, I think.
That was good. Maybe this is a format of the future. That was very enjoyable.
I think all of the Olympic gold medals were decided with the 1 hour shoot off. Okay. It would be good to maybe see a 1 minute shoot off in the Olympics instead of just 1 hour deciding. You know,
1 hour can be so cruel, can't it?
Yeah. You work 4 years and then you have to see if you want a medal on an arrow. It's not very nice. Alright, we're going to the awards now.
Medals. Guys, before you go, we've got some mementos for you for the day. Thank you very much. First of all, to second place. Although he was the crowd's favourite, Paul Brown. And to our champion, John Stubbs. White box. Cheers, John. John, what do you think of this format? You taking on the guy with a big face?
Oh, it was loaded towards the recurve. Just head coach discretion. So I was on a, I had everything to play for, but Paul gave it to me.
He did, didn't he? He let you off. But John, it's a pleasure. Cheers. Next up, folks. There's going to be bronze medal matches in the ladies' compound division. That'll be between Ricky Bingham and Andrea Gales.
Okay, so we're just waiting back to the main event now, waiting for the ladies' compound bronze medal match to take place between Ricky Bingham and Andrea Gales.
Yeah, they're just waiting off to the side here, ready to get started. So even though this is the women's bronze medal match, I think it's still going to be quite a close match, isn't it? as we saw in the semi-finals.
I think so. I think all of the matches today are going to be quite closely matched.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the field of play. On target 1,
Ricky Bingham. And on target 2, Andrea Gales. Her husband, James. And standing behind Andrea Gales, Chris Horan.
So that was a quick start. They only just got on and the buzzer's gone for them to get up to the line. Not long to settle down, is there? Ricky up first.
Now definitely looking at the flags around the field. The wind has changed direction and has changed, so it'll be interesting to see where these first arrows go.
Oh, that is...
Looks like it's just outside the 10, but we'll have to wait for the judges to make the formal call when they score.
Got unlucky there, but she knows she's in the right ballpark, isn't she? It's not terrible.
No, that's right. Andrew won't be happy with that first one. Just clipping the line there.
Grouping doesn't get better than that, does it?
No, that's right. That's perfect shooting from Ricky. Just needs to move her sight over a little bit.
She seems a lot more focused. I think she's kind of settled down a bit maybe now after the semi-finals. She looks like she means business now.
I think you're right. The arrows are certainly going off a lot quicker. She's shooting strongly.
You almost don't know what to expect, do you, when you first come out here in the semi-finals? It takes a while to get used to it. It's almost part of the game as well, though, isn't it?
That's right, and it's when you first come out, you really want your first arrow to be a good shot so that you can see where it goes and see what the wind is doing to your arrow. Last thing you want to do is come out and make a bit of a fluff of your first shot, because then effectively you waste it and you're waiting for your second arrow to see where if your windage is in the right place, what's happening on the finals field as opposed to the practice butts.
Yeah, you don't mind a good arrow going in the 8 as long as you know that was a good shot and you can adjust for it the next one and get those points back.
That's right, you know, it's just simply a case of moving the sight.
There's nothing worse when you come out and you have a bad shot and it goes somewhere you didn't expect it and you just don't know where you are, do you? And you're trying to fight nerves already and you just don't know where your arrows are going. It's not helpful. But Ricky's looking nice and relaxed there with her husband.
That's right, James, fantastic coach, good man to have in the box. He, of course, himself is a GB archer, has been shooting for GB for a number of years, shot internationally and has won medals internationally for Great Britain as well. So he's got all the experience to be able to help Ricky in this stage.
He's a good guy to have on your team, isn't he? And I think he's been in the National Series final as well, so yeah, he knows exactly what Ricky's feeling. So they're all tied up. Ricky's going to start again. Crowd's really building here as well now. Now we're getting into the kind of early, towards lunchtime, early afternoon.
Fantastic shot.
I think even though they were tied, it's kind of it doesn't really tell the whole story, does it?
No, it doesn't. You're right. Ooh, Andrea definitely won't be happy with that.
No.
That's better. Good comeback from Andrea. Not letting the previous arrow affect her.
Oh, she's found the 10 now. That's good.
No.
Yeah, it's kind of like the nice thing, but also the frustrating thing about archery is that kind of the last arrows, they don't really affect your current arrow. You can get information from them, like what the wind's done to them and stuff, but it doesn't put you at a disadvantage really for the next shot, does it?
No, that's right. As long as you don't let it affect you. Sometimes you can go in to make your next shot worrying about why the last one didn't go in the middle.
Yeah.
These guys, of course, far too professional for that.
Yeah. Ricky's just checking her fletchings. I don't know if we'll get that shot, but it's really important for these guys now where it's so close. You've got to make sure your kit is going to give you the points you deserve when it comes to shooting them.
That's right. It'd be terrible to lose competition like this and lose a medal because a fletching falls off or something like that.
Yeah. Well, they're getting arrows close as well. It's like a likely possibility that you're going to damage a knock or something like that as well, and you'll maybe crack an arrow.
Yeah, very easy to do. The arrows have still got an awful lot of energy behind them. When they get to 50 metres, they can do a lot of damage to the other arrow in the target if they hit it.
Just see her kind of try and control that a bit as it went off. I think maybe wasn't aiming in the right place as it went off, getting blown about a bit.
Could have just been caught by the wind just as the release went.
Yeah. Ricky's shooting starting to look really smooth now. Perhaps not going where she wants them, but it's...
Fantastic shot from Andrea there. Good, strong shot.
Grouping well. He's just...
Don't think that would be much much hope.
You want to pull something good from it though, you can
Ricky
go with their grouping well.
9.
Ricky's... Andrea, sorry, is taking advantage of that a bit.
So she needs a good shot from this one.
And she does it.
And it's a 10.
It's good. See the point down. She needed it and she got it, didn't she? Got 2 ends left still. Very much all to play for in the 4th end of this bronze medal match. Women's compound.
It's an 8.
Fantastic shot from Andrea there. You could just see the wind was affecting her still just as she made that shot. There was a little bit of movement on those side rods, but she still managed to drill the 10.
9.
That calmness in Ricky we were seeing earlier is kind of starting to fade away a bit now, isn't it? And you can maybe see a bit of nerves there.
It's a close match. It's going to be putting the nerves on, isn't it? This is where they've just got to concentrate on making good shots, block everything else out.
Yeah. Ricky's getting groups just moving around the target face. Is that maybe moving her sight too much, or maybe changing her technique a little bit each time?
Maybe, could be. It can be with the wind, it can be fighting. Sometimes difficult to know whether it was it a problem you made with your shot, or was it actually the wind that moved that. As we said, it is a bit blustery. It's not consistent wind out here, so it is moving them about as well as the arrows.
Yep. So 4 points going into the final end. Andrea's starting to look a bit more in control now, isn't she? Looking a bit more relaxed and a smile coming on now.
It's interesting to see from a kit perspective that Ricky is shooting a back tension release, so as she comes up to full draw, be able to see if the camera zooms in on her. When she comes up to full draw, she actually has her thumb on a safety mechanism, takes the thumb off that and then just pulls through to make a strong shot, whereas Andrea is shooting the more traditional thumb release, where she will actually push on the thumb release and push on the trigger to make it go off as she's pulling back. Key thing for both archers though, it's still using the back muscles and still pulling strong.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what release they've got. So if we look at, if the cameras give us a chance to zoom in on that, you may be able to see the difference I've just described.
Yeah, and the key thing there you go, she's just taking her thumb off the safety, and that's a hinge style release, I think, isn't it?
That's right, yes, it rotates round as you pull back. And there we go for Andrea. The thumb will just be squeezing on the trigger as she's pulling back.
There
There
you
it
go.
goes.
And it's not like with some compound shooters, you see kind of quite a conscious kind of push of the thumb on the trigger, don't you? But you're not getting any of that with Andrea. It's just a slow, kind of relaxed squeeze.
That's right.
type
Both
thing.
archers' hands should, in theory, be doing the same. Just as you're pulling back, your hand gently squeezes the release aid. The release aid rotates in your hand and goes off.
9 points.
That again, of course, is one of the technical aids that a compound archer has that a recurve archer doesn't have. So we've got a mechanical device on the string here which puts less interruption on the string and less interruption onto the arrow flight than fingers coming off the string when you make the shot.
See a bit of movement there from Andrea, but it's not enough to get her outside the 10, is it?
Strong shot, fantastic.
Nice way to finish it. There's a hug there.
Great friends, of course. These guys competed many times together.
All right, we're going to go over to Tim Nash now. He's going to interview them both, and we'll see what's going through their heads now.
Pop it, Horan. Andrea, great performance. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling better after that match. Obviously a little disappointed with my semi this morning, but good now.
Fantastic. Now, how does this rank in your 2013 season?
Making the finals great. It's such a good event, and I'm pleased that I've finished third.
And this is your 4th finals day?
It is my 4th finals day, yeah. Yet to win it, but be back next year.
Fantastic stuff. Congratulations, well shot. Commiserations to Ricky Bingham. Andrea Gales takes the bronze.
That was Andrea Gales there, adding to a World Indoor title that she won in 2012 for the Indoor Cup, World Cup. So, not gold medal, but bronze is still something to add there.
Okay, the next match will be the compound men bronze medal match. Matt Arnold against Liam Grimwood.
So hopefully in this match we might see a bit more. Matt settled down a bit more, perhaps. I think getting some good scores, which he's capable of, and I think Liam will definitely feel a lot more in control in this match.
Yeah, they're just setting the field up and getting ready for the next match.
So these guys, they've competed at 5, well, they've done lots of competitions. Most weekends they spend at a competition, but 5 of them would have been legs of the National Series, and the best 3 of them have counted towards their position in the final ranking.
And now coming back for the
women's compound bronze medal matches, please welcome on target 1, Matt Arnold. He will be taking on target 2, Liam the Grip Grimwood.
So on the left here we've got Liam Grimwood. He was disappointed not to make it into the final, but I'm sure he'll still be giving it his best in the bronze medal match.
The winner is he with the most points in 15 hours.
Him always seems to get a bit unlucky at these National Series finals. I think he's been here most years, hasn't he? But never seemed to quite make it onto the top step of the podium.
9 points.
You're right, I think this is his 4th National Series final.
9 for Matt. Just tell when you're looking at Liam, can't you? He's a lot more stiller, holding it like a lot more stronger than Matt, I think.
Yeah, Liam's got a very focused, very calm style. Takes his time with his shot, just pulls it through.
9.
Matt's is kind of quite explosive when it goes off, isn't it? Whereas Liam's kind of looks really in control. Look at that. I think these are both using the thumb trigger type release aids, aren't they?
That's right. They're both shooting traditional thumb trigger. Good shot there from Matt.
Yeah. So
So you
Liam.
can see Liam nice and calm as he settles into the shot, nice and focused. Good shot.
Yeah. Not seeing any of the kind of frustrations we were starting to see at the end of the semi-finals match now. He's a lot calmer. He's smiling and chatting with his girlfriend now.
That's right. He will have spent a bit of time clearing his head in between these matches and making sure he comes back out here. I know he was very frustrated, as we can see from the interview Tim Nash had with him. He was very frustrated at the end of the last match. We would much rather be in the finals match now, but he'll still be putting all into this.
Liam's had a lot of international success, hasn't he, as well? I know he made it into the finals at the 2009 World Champs, was it? He won a silver medal in Old South Korea.
That's right. Liam's got a fantastic amount of experience shooting all around the world at both field and target shooting. Represented Great Britain for many years, as well as shooting individually in a lot of the money matches around the world, including in America, where shooting the compound bow for money is big business.
Yeah, it's a valid way of making a living, isn't it? I think a lot of the top US pros earn a lot, don't they?
They do. There's fantastic competition out there, and they shoot to a fantastically high standard.
The next from Matt.
Liner there, that'll be down for the judges to decide.
Yeah, I think looks out maybe from what I just saw. But
Another 10 from Matt, fantastic shooting.
getting settled in now. Good to see more of Matt now, like adding to the list of compound men in Britain that kind of compete at the top.
That's right. Well, you say he's shot well as a junior, representing Great Britain as a junior for a couple of years. But now he's actually coming through into the senior ranks and shooting well this year. Look at that, fantastic. 10, 10, 10. Can't get any better than that.
Liam's not getting any points on him this end, is he?
You can see, even as Liam's settling into that shot, you can just see the wind moving his bow around.
Yeah.
And you can see he wasn't happy with that shot. Threw the arm to the side, maybe trying to steer the arrow just as it went off.
Yeah. It's kind of helped Matt out a lot, actually. I think that last 8 from Liam, they're all tied up. If Liam had shot a 10 on that, but that 8's given Matt the 2-point lead that could be quite helpful.
That's right. Well, now this one's actually for the medal. The pressure will be on, so just 2 points in it at this stage. Anything could still happen.
Yep. Now getting into the later matches, we're starting to see a lot more kind of switching between the leader of the match, aren't we? Before it was someone would take the lead and then kind of keep it for the rest of the match, but now I think getting a bit more evenly matched perhaps, and starting to switch backwards and forwards as the margins are a lot finer.
That's right, and as the day progresses, of course, the pressure builds.
N3 coming.
So again, Liam, nice and calm, lining up, just pulling the release shade.
Oh, he wasn't happy with that one either, though, was he? That might just be outside the 10.
Again, when the wind's just moving you around a little bit, that's the kind of thing you're going to get. They're going to move the arrows just outside.
Yeah. It's almost counterintuitive, isn't it? When there's wind, you kind of want to freeze and hold it stiller, but really the best thing you can do is just keep it moving, isn't it? And keep it strong.
That's right, just keep relaxed and keep pulling that release shade back.
Another one he just forces in there.
Gave that one a little bit of help, I think.
Yeah. A lot of Liam's experience coming into play here.
Fantastic shot from Matt.
Matt's not giving him any room, is he?
Interesting to see all of the bows in these final matches are by 2 companies, either Hoyt or Matthews.
Yeah. Got a lot of make it hard for other bow makers to get in there maybe with the quality of bows these guys make.
Well, they're both shooting the top bows that are available to archers. So
I think Liam's maybe using different arrows to Matt. Do you know if he's using Carbon Expresses as opposed to Eastern arrows?
that's right. The Carbon Express have come in over the past few years, and we're seeing more and more of them being used on the target field now, finals fields. So again, I think a fairly even match. If we look down at all of the competitors today, fairly evenly split between Eastern arrows or Carbon Express.
Yeah. Just pick one really. It's down to there's not a favourite bow, is there? It can go either way really. Which bow they use.
Well, all of these guys will spend a long time shooting different equipment and working out what bow's best for them.
Yep. So 8 there, that's kind of helped Liam out again now, hasn't it? They've gone back to being tied.
Tied again. Exciting match.
Yep.
2 more ends. Two more ends to decide the bronze medal match in the men's compound.
It's a really good example of how the wind can kind of keep the match alive, maybe, when you think it's dead. Matt was shooting a lot of 10s. He had 5 10s in a row, and then maybe the wind blew him off, and an 8 came in again to kind of help Liam out a bit.
Well, that's right. I think if you look at experience and you look at previous shooting performances, you definitely have put Liam as the favourite in this match going into the match. But as we've seen, the wind can be quite an equaliser. As we say, you can see that experience coming through on his form and the style. Perfect shot. You could see that was going in the 10 without looking at where the arrow went.
Yeah.
Just from the way Liam made the shot.
Totally different kind of demeanour about him now, isn't it? Now he's a bit more in control in this match. He's kind of
that's right.
Still up there fighting for it, isn't it?
That's right.
There's a 10 from Matt. Keep it tied. Was it? 9.
Fantastic shot, straight in the middle of the target. Matt's got some work to do now.
Higgins. So Liam's actually 2 points in front now.
Seems to be a little problem with the scoring there.
Another one right in the middle there.
XXX, fantastic shooting. Doesn't get any better than that.
No.
Fantastic.
That's the way you can send a message to your opponent, isn't it? If you want to be tied with Liam, you've got to pick it up again, I think.
And of course, I should explain that the centre ring that you see there, that we're calling the X ring, still scores 10 points. But it's just a means of deciding if these matches in a normal ranking round, if the match was tied, then you might be able to use the X count to separate the archers.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually count for anything in a round like this, other than, of course, demonstrating how fantastic the archer shooting is.
Yeah. Just a bit of extra 10, really, isn't it? Liam's looking really happy now, really comfortable, isn't he?
That's it, going into the last end now. Just 1 point in it.
Yep.
Still anybody's match, the way they've been shooting, and with the wind still moving the arrows around, anybody's match.
Yeah, but we've seen perfect scores from both of them, haven't we? But on the same note, we've seen kind of 8 wild shots from them, so really is anything could happen.
So Liam keeping relaxed and happy with his girlfriend. Matt looking a little bit more pensive coming into this final end.
Yep. Almost got a feeling this could go down to a 1 arrow shoot-off again. You know, it's so close, isn't it?
Well, let's hope it does, because that was certainly exciting earlier.
Yeah, more excitement for us.
There's a 10, fantastic shot.
Yeah. That's what he's going to need, isn't it?
See if Liam can retain his calmness through these 3 arrows.
Oh, a bit of shake there. And it's a 9. They're all tied up.
Level pegging with 2 arrows to shoot each.
Back to Matt. Yes, he's staying in
That's a 10,
control.
fantastic, he's not letting up at all.
This is getting good now, guys. So you want a 10 here from Liam to keep it all tied up. And he gets it.
It's an X, X10, fantastic.
Right, come on, Matt. Hey, my heart rate's started to pick up now. I don't know what Matt's is doing.
Pressure will really be on.
Oh, I think that's just in, is it?
It's a
Oh,
liner, we can't tell from here.
come on, we need the same from Liam, I think. This is getting good now.
So of course all the arrow has to do is
9.
break the line. If the arrow breaks the line, it gets the highest score. If the arrow's not breaking that line, then it will score as a 9.
Matt's going to be praying for a 10, I think, but I'm hoping, well, just for the excitement, I want it to be a 9, so we get a tie and go to the 1 minute shoot off.
Now the pressure's on. Guys are going to be stood there. They can't do any more. They've just got to wait for the judges to decide.
The magnifying glass is out, isn't it? They're
Jeff
inspecting
Mannion,
it closely.
Looking very closely at that with his magnifying glass.
I think Liam's looking a bit disappointed. He really had a chance there to kind of put this to bed, and he failed to do that. Oh, this is close. Giving it to Matt.
Matt obviously got the 10, fantastic. Matt Arnold wins bronze medal.
There's a handshake there from Matt, that was good. We're going to have an interview now from Tim.
Series, all that lot, bronze medalist. Matt Arnold, fantastic shooting under the tremendous pressure from Liam. How do you feel?
Yeah, really good. That's the most nervous I've ever felt. Congrats to Liam, put up a good match. So yeah, it's good.
The most nervous you've ever felt? Because you didn't look particularly nervous. You just looked like you were getting on with shooting down the club.
No, I was nervous.
Fair enough. And who was standing behind you? Mr. Arnold? Coach? What were you saying in his ear?
Just keeping his crotch nice and strong and just letting him flow rather than trying to push it.
Matt, it was fantastic stuff. Liam, we know, is a competitor. Not this year. I shan't bother talking to you, Liam. No words for 4th place.
I think yeah, Tim was wise maybe there not to talk to Liam after.
That's right, maybe a wise choice. Liam won't be a happy man right now.
Good stuff from Matt there, and he was kind of confirming what we've been saying all along is the best thing you can do is keep those strong shots coming.
That's fantastic. Fantastic shooting from Matt, and you said there to Tim this was the most nervous he's ever been. He didn't show it, did he? We
No.
might have been saying that Liam's calmness and experience was showing through, but Matt still made strong shots.
Yeah. Yeah, really looking forward to seeing more of Matt in 2014. I think it'd be good if we could.
Definitely one to watch for next year. That's right.
There's already a kind of 4 or 5 really top compound men in this country, so it's getting even close, like tougher at the top, isn't it?
It is very close to the top. You have to work for every point out there these days, and you have to train so hard.
I think maybe the National Series has helped a lot with that as well. It's kind of given archers something to kind of train for and go towards.
Well, that's right. It means that there are events throughout the year that are important events that you need to compete for. Previously, they were just occasional events in the UK that, you know, the Masters or the British Target Champs were the important events, but actually nationally there weren't that many big events. So now it's fantastic to have the National Series events running throughout the year and really giving different clubs around the country a chance to host them as well.
Back to the arena, our ladies compound finalists. On target 1, Lucy O'Sullivan. And her opponent on target 2, double Paralympic gold medalist, Danny Brown.
So 2 equally able competitors we've got here for the gold medal match. Lucy's, although she's in her early 20s, I think she's had a lot of experience already, hasn't she?
That's right. She was a top junior archer and she shot a number of times for the senior GB team as well.
She's won this event a couple of times in previous years, so she'll be looking to add to that list. And I think, I can't decide if Danielle's won it before, but she's definitely had Paralympic golds and other event wins.
Again, I think it's going to be an exciting match between these two.
Yeah. Be good if we can get it as close as the last match. That was good.
Okay, so it's going to be Danny Brown to start.
You can see Danielle, she's got her thumb just going onto the trigger there. She's kind of maybe a bit more punchy than the others on the trigger.
Well, she's been working hard on her form this year with Mike Peart changing her form a little bit to try and get a little bit more smoothness on the way she operates the trigger.
Yep. So you can see that it's definitely a lot smoother than it used to be.
There's 10 from Danny, fantastic shooting. You see now both archers this time shooting Hoyt bows.
Big that reflex on Lucy's bow there. Whereas Danny's is more straighter.
That's right, Danny going for the longer Pro Comp Elite.
Kind of a more traditional target bow, isn't it? A longer axle to axle.
That's right. I think Lucy, being a shorter archer, has opted for the shorter bow.
Yeah.
Get a little bit more speed out of the shorter bow.
The other thing with those long risers, long target bows, they tend to be a bit heavier in the hand, don't they? Which I think maybe the girls struggle with a bit more than the guys, or the smaller girls definitely.
Yeah, sometimes you do find that the actual physical weight of holding the bow out, although when the girls are shooting at this level, they put that much practice in that they really build their muscles up so they can cope with that kind of poundage and that kind of physical weight of the bow, no problem.
It's all tied up after the first end. Everything in the gold so far. Trees maybe aren't moving quite so much as they were earlier, but there's still a little bit of movement there, isn't there?
That's right, and the wind seems to be coming a little bit more from behind the archer, which in itself can give its own problems. If you've got a side wind, you can judge it a little bit easier. If the wind's coming from behind and it's just at a slight angle, it can move the arrows in ways that you're not expecting to move.
I always find it really tough, but like wind from behind you, you can't really feel it at all, but it does just as much to move the arrows around the target, which is tough to work out what's happening, isn't it?
That's right, and it can affect the height of the arrow as well, so you can get a few up and downs happening.
Yeah. So if it's coming from behind you, you're going to be getting it, maybe go left sometimes and right sometimes, so it's a lot less predictable than a side wind, which is always constant. Keeping it level, it's a close match. Next.
Good shot there from Danny. Big smile on her face for that one.
Yep, she knows she did something right there, doesn't she? Lucy answering with one even closer.
Fantastic. Can't get much better than that from Lucy. Straight in the middle of the target. And just to remind you, this is 50 metres and they're shooting on a target face. Total target face would be 80 centimetres if you'd got all of the scoring rings on there. But we've only got the scoring rings that go out to the 5 on these targets.
Another solid X there from Lucy. So I guess the X is about the size of, well, it's 4 centimetres across.
That's right, the X ring's 4 centimetres, the 10 ring I think is 8 centimetres in diameter.
I'm trying to think of something that's that size, maybe the bottom of a coffee cup or something like that. You know. It's not big at all, especially 50 metres away. Can you see, I don't know, because I haven't done it, but the recurve you definitely can't see the X from this far away, or like the 10 ring. Can you see that through the scope of a compound, or is it?
Well, because you've got a magnification lens in the scope of the compound and you've got a very small aperture to look through with the peep sight on the string, it can vary depending on what the archer's comfortable with. Some archers like to use a magnified ring where they can make out every scoring zone on the face. Other archers, they find that puts them off and is too much pressure for them, so they prefer a slightly blurred vision.
Imagine with a lot of magnification as well, you get a lot. It looks like you're shaking a lot, but actually you're going to be pretty still, and that might affect your confidence in the shot.
That's right. It's important that each archer selects the magnification and the setup of their sight that suits how they're comfortable shooting.
Oh. So Lucy seems to be getting right in the middle of the 10 or kind of a mid-9, whereas Danielle's kind of a bit more even, isn't she?
Yeah.
They're still going to the right, if anything, which we were seeing earlier in the semi-final match. Another X for Lucy.
Shot from Lucy.
They're absolutely inside out when they go in there, aren't they? Oh, Danny forced that one off. I don't think she's happy with it, but she gets the points for it.
So if anybody's just joined us, just a reminder, this is the ladies' compound gold medal match between Danielle Brown and Lucy O'Sullivan.
How are their PBs looking on the field? Because I think there's quite a big difference here, maybe, isn't there? Maybe Danielle's right up into the maybe like 1400s, whereas Lucy's perhaps
certainly
more 1380.
Danny holds numerous Paralympic world records for her shooting and has got some terrifically high scores. And high scores compared to fully able-bodied archers, let alone Paralympic archers.
Yeah.
And of course her skill as an archer really comes through the very nature. She stood in the gold medal match here, and she's won some international gold medals as well at able-bodied competition, including the very hotly fought Nîmes indoor match.
Yeah,
indoor competition.
It's a tough one to win that one. Being indoors,
really the best in the world go to that competition. She managed to win that last year.
Yep. That's indoors at 18 metres, in it, so a lot closer than here, but you get a smaller target face.
And a much smaller face,
yep,
yes.
About half the size of this one. And 10 on that for a compound's really small, isn't it? About the size of a pound coin, maybe?
Yes, something like that.
It's got Danielle to shoot first. Still tied after 3 ends, sorry. So it's a close match.
10 points.
There's a bit of trouble with the timing here. Lucy should be shooting, but they haven't stopped Danielle's clock and switched over. Hopefully Lucy can keep her composure through that. It's not nice when there's something that disrupts your routine, is it?
That's right, that's the last thing you want.
She does.
Fantastic.
Shows the professional level of these archers here today.
That's right.
Wind's just picking up a bit for Danielle. You can see her bow moving a tiny bit. Gets it off, strong shot.
It's always a worry. The archers always look very closely at the clocks. They know when they're supposed to start shooting, but if they shoot before the clock starts or after it gets to 0, then they lose the scoring arrow.
Lucy just getting caught by the wind a bit there. I think it's really starting to gust here now. It's giving Danielle the edge.
Right, fantastic. You wouldn't think the wind's got up looking at where those arrows are from Danny Brown, but it certainly has.
Though, you're going to see her moving about a bit. It's starting to get really windy here. Got papers going everywhere. Lucy's keeping her concentration though. It's an 8.
It's an 8. She was there for a long time on that shot.
Yeah. I'm worried for. I think she had 5 seconds left on the clock there, so she was really using all she could. She's really in control now, isn't she, Danny?
Wow, suddenly gone from all tied after 3 ends to the 4th end being quite a gap now.
Yeah, I think that was a turning point there, wasn't it? It's a couple of errors from Lucy and a really good end from Danny. It's very much put her in control. I know Lucy's was at university here in Nottingham, so she graduated a couple of years ago, but she's now living in Jersey, which is quite a way to come for this event, which shows how important it is for the archers. I think almost international, isn't it? She's going to be competing with the Belgian guy.
Probably spends as long on the plane.
Yeah.
Or a boat. Okay, so Lucy to start because she's now lagging behind in the score.
Yeah. Even though Danielle's got that 3-point lead, she's still going to be wanting to put every arrow she can in the 10 because it's not over till it's over, is it?
You can lose 3 points in 1 hour.
Yeah.
Especially when the wind gets up.
Yeah.
And again, it's getting gusty again around the archers. Flags by the target looking nice and calm, but the flags by the archers are really fluttering.
Yeah. Just out the 10?
10.
It's a 10,
Nice
good shot.
Yeah, that's what she needs now, 10s, and then maybe some 8s from Danny. There we go.
Ooh,
See?
there we go.
This is it, isn't it? This is what we're talking about. It's now back down to 1 point.
1 point in it, 2 arrows from each archer.
Lucy can get a 10 now, and then Danny a 9. She's definitely back in it, isn't she? Yes.
10 points.
That's what she needs, isn't it?
Strong composure, perfect shot from Lucy, fantastic.
Really putting the pressure on Danny here now. So another, there we go, all tied up, going down to the last arrow.
All
This is
tied
good.
down to the last arrow. Are we going to see another one out? Well, a tie-break situation.
Yeah. We've been wanting one again for a while since seeing it with the mixed match with the Paralympics demonstration. So 9. A lot of pressure here now. 10 to win, and she takes it. Look at that.
And it is fantastic. Good shooting from Danny Brown.
It's close.
Good shooting from both archers.
Yeah, just shows you it's not over till it's over, is it? That quite easily could have been an 8 or a 9. Well done, Danny. We're going to switch over to now. He's going to go and interview them.
So, Danny, that wasn't bad, was it? That was exciting. Were you excited?
That was really fun. Can I do it again?
I know, I don't think Lucy fancies doing that again, do you? No. Listen, that's a fantastic achievement. Goes with all your others. What's been the highlight of this year for you?
Well, it's been a bit up and down this year because I've made loads of changes, but I think making both the able-bodied and Paralympic World Championships.
Fantastic stuff. Danny Brown, congratulations. 2013 champion to add to all the other medals on your shelf.
So the next match will be the men's gold medal match between Adam Ravenscroft and Michael Crew. So I'm really excited about this next match. Both Michael and Adam shooting fantastically well. I think it's going to be another close match.
Yeah, I'm guessing you've shot against these guys a couple of times, haven't you, in similar situations?
I have, yes. I've shot against both of them. In fact, twice during the National Series events this year, Michael knocked me out in the match play.
That's not on, is it?
He went on to win both times, so I didn't mind too much.
That's all right then. As long as they win, it's okay.
Target 1, Michael Coy. And his opponent on target 2, Adam Ravenscroft, the defending champion.
Okay, so both archers coming to the shooting line.
So who's shooting first? It's Coy to go first.
Target 1 shooting first.
After watching Adam's performance earlier, he's going to be wanting a 10, isn't he, to
strong
set
shot,
the
just a
tone.
little windage adjustment there.
It's both Matthew shooters making it to the final.
Fantastic shot from Adam.
Yeah.
I've no doubt he will have watched where Michael's first arrow went and maybe considered that when he made his shot.
Big smile on his face there. I think after he's kind of taken off where he left off in the semi-final match, hasn't he, really?
Does help. First arrow into 10 gives you confidence.
Yeah,
Another
there you
10,
go.
look at that.
Not giving Coy any room at all to move. That 9 might be what's cost him the match. Looks like this one's going to go down to the wire, I think. Oh, just out.
Just out. Score even.
Still a good group though, isn't it? That was just a little bit on the edge of the 10 for that last one. But it's making it exciting for us.
Let's wait to see what the official score is from the judge. A lot of pressure on Jeff Mallion today to get this scoring right.
Yeah, he's getting our money's worth from the judges here today, I think. Adam as well, he's kind of come, maybe he's not really new to the scene anymore, is he, in men's compound archery, but maybe a couple of years ago he was the kind of rising star.
I think he really hit the scene hard in 2010, and then 2011 and 12 he just had 2 fantastic years.
Yeah, went to his first World Cup this year, I think, in Beijing. Shanghai, sorry.
Shanghai, yes, he went to the first World Cup in Shanghai and actually won the qualification. Was leading at the end of the qualification round.
Yeah.
Not bad for your
That's
first international.
No, that's what you want to
experience.
do, isn't it, when you go to your first international?
Strong focus on Michael's face there.
I think even though he's kind of broke onto the scene in 2010, he's been shooting a long time before that, hasn't he?
Adam has, yeah, he's been shooting for many years.
But definitely upped it again in the last 3 years. 10 points, yeah, it's back on this match, isn't it?
Adam will be looking for another 10 now. Won't want Michael to get too far ahead.
No.
And there it is.
think it was always going to be a close match, wasn't it? It's the right time to have a match, just as everyone's getting their lunch and starting to come down and watch it. This is a great introduction to archery.
Fantastic. The crowds are really building here, so that's fantastic for this gold medal match.
So 10 from Ravenscroft will keep it all even. And he does it.
And it is.
Even
All tied after 2 ends.
And even his 9s, they're not miles away from the 10, are they? It's just little things that are giving away those points.
That could just as easily be the wind moving the arrows.
Yep. Yeah. With wind like this, there's a lot more to it than just your shooting skill, isn't it? You're kind of looking at the trees and the flags, trying to pick up any kind of hint of where your arrows might get moved to, and then either adjusting your sight or aiming off or canting it a bit.
Okay, we're just about to start set number 3. Or end number 3, I should say, sorry.
So after this match, you might think that's all your archery over for today, but that's not quite true, is it?
No, live streaming will restart at 2 o'clock, with the recurve matches starting at 2:15. Both archers with a 10. Keeping this tied, keeping this a very close match. This is exactly the kind of gold medal match you want to see.
Yeah, this is awesome. Whoa. That's his first really big 9, isn't it? I think the others have just been out, but...
That's right.
Still close. Adam didn't look happy with that one as it went off, I don't think, but he's still getting the points for it.
He didn't. You'll notice maybe the wind was moving him around. That shot seemed to take a little bit longer than some of his other shots.
Yeah, he's got a
Still
big
winning
smile
the
on his
middle
face now, though.
That one looks just out for Michael. Is that the advantage Adam needs?
Yes, next. That's nice.
Driving it home. 10-10-10. Good shooting from Adam. Big smile on his face.
Yeah. 2-point lead after the third end. We know that doesn't mean much, though. I think we've seen plenty of times already this morning where that's been kind of eroded away and then totally changed around for the loser at halfway. As we were saying earlier, yeah, 2:15, the medal matches start. Not the medal matches, the Olympic archery starts here. So it's a completely different style of bow. We'll be at 70 metres instead of the 50 metres we're seeing shot here. They also get a bigger face, 122 centimetres across instead of the 80 centimetres here. They also start getting more scoring zone as well. We get an extra 4 scoring zones. You can see these targets, they only go out to the blue, which will score a 5 if you get it right in that last blue ring, whereas the recurve ones goes all the way down to a 1 in the white.
Okay, so back to this very exciting men's compound gold medal final. Michael to start, as he is now lagging by 2 points.
Yeah, with these gents compounds, you're really starting to see the no really big errors, is there? It's just 9s that's what's costing them the lead, really. Not even big 9s from that target face.
10 points for Michael.
Such a
Adam
good face there,
responds with
looking
10.
at his
Fantastic.
that target.
Wind picking up for Adam's shot.
You can see the flags going there in the background, can't you?
See his bow moving.
His t-shirt, yeah.
Rods, yeah.
Doesn't like it, and it's a 9.
Made that shot hard work.
So you can see here with Michael's bow, the long rods looks like it's pointing downhill. Is that to help with balance, or? something like that?
Yeah, that's just a different configuration that you can have with your long rod setup. So some archers have found that it holds the bow steadier if it's angled down.
And the long rods are there to help you steady your bow, aren't they? They're kind of like a long bit of carbon with a weight on the end, and that helps you hold it a bit stiller.
That's right, the stabilisation, the long rod at the front and the two side rods that hang down either side of the bow for Adam or on the left hand side for Michael's bow are all there to act just like a tightrope walker's long bar that they might carry.
It's a good analogy there, yeah.
It all helps with the balance, and it means any movement is damped out a little bit, so it helps you hold the bow steady.
Yeah, and then wait until they get shooting again, but we can also got sights on there that they're aiming through, and they've got magnifying scopes, and then they look through a peep sight in the string to help them line it all up, don't they?
That's right, so you've got a rear sight and a front sight on a compound bow. Everything needed on a day like this to get that small 10.
Yeah. They've also got release aids. You'll see them clip onto the string just before they draw the bow back.
Yes, so both archers using thumb release aids here.
You'll see Adam just move his thumb round onto the trigger there. And he'll slowly be kind of relaxing his hand onto it when he
just squeezing the figure, squeezing the release aid as he pulls. Same with Michael.
I feel a lot more comfortable commentating on these guys. And this is where I compete, so I know them a lot better, I think, and know what's. I can't pick a winner.
No, absolutely. It's going to be exciting this afternoon, isn't it? As well as those Olympic stars of the future, maybe with some of the younger guys who just come out of the juniors.
Yep, and. Also, the format of the competition's changing, so instead of the straight 15-arrow matches we were seeing with the compounds, we're going into the set system, which I think kind of keeps the match alive a bit longer. Maybe if you have a bad arrow, you can always pull back a couple of sets and be right back in it.
That's right. I think you'll have to explain in detail when the matches are going on, just to remind everybody how that will go.
Definitely.
Now they're just going to readjust the field and move all the target faces back to 70 metres and put the larger faces on.
Yeah.